This video will go over how to enter groundwater level data into FUDSChem using the interface. We recommend using the interface for groundwater data entry rather than uploading the data in a CSV file, because several fields can auto-populate in the interface, which ensure the data is more accurate and saves time. Go to Tools, Data Submission. Choose the correct project and event, and select groundwater level as the data type. Click Create a File. We'll use the interface to populate the drop-down menus for the required fields noted with an asterisk from the information provided in the example. Choose CRB-MW-466S as the location ID. If you cannot find the location ID you need, uncheck the Event Loc ID is Only box. The interval beginning depth and interval ending depth will automatically populate with the top and bottom of the well screen, if that information has been entered and approved in a well construction interval file. For that reason, we recommend entering well construction intervals prior to groundwater levels. Please refer to our well construction interval entry tutorial video, linked in the description, for how to enter this data. Please refer to our well construction interval review video, linked in the description, for details on approving this data. If you are not sure whether the well construction intervals need to be entered or need to be approved, please refer to our Where's My Data video, linked in the description. The intervals can also be entered or edited by hand if needed. The logging company code will be populated with the company who took the measurements. Note that the drop-downs will only show the first 10 options. To see more, click where it says items 1 through 10 out of total number, and the next 10 options will be shown. Alternatively, we can type a letter into the box to see all options that come after that letter. If the company you need is not present in the drop-down, you can go to Reports, ADR and Submission Reports, Valid Value Lists, to confirm if the company has a valid value in FUDSChem. If they do not, reach out to your Synectics point of contact for assistance. We will use ESYS for environmental synectics. For this example, monitoring well 466S was dry, so we will choose dry as the liquid type. Measuring method is not listed on our sheet, so we would need to check with the field team what they used. In this case, we'll choose the most commonly chosen option, probe. Log date is January 15th, 2017, or 1/15/17. Log time is not listed on our sheet. We'll need to ask our field team to start including the time, if possible. For now, we'll just use 0000 as a placeholder time. Static water depth should be populated with the depth to water. The first well was dry, so we will leave that blank. The sounding is the total depth of the well, 40.631. For the dry well flag field, we will choose yes, because the well was dry. Remarks are optional, and there were no additional remarks listed for this well, so we will leave the field blank. Observing measuring point elevation will automatically populate with the measuring point elevation in the well completion information file, provided that the data is already entered and approved. For this reason, we recommend entering well completion information prior to groundwater levels. Please refer to our well completion information entry tutorial video, linked in the description, for how to enter this data. Please refer to our well construction interval review video, linked in the description, for details on approving this data. If you are not sure whether the well construction intervals need to be entered or need to be approved, please refer to our Where's My Data video, linked in the description. The elevation can also be entered or edited by hand if needed. Click Save after entering each record. Next, we'll use the Copy button up at the top to create a copy of this record, and change only the information that is different for our next record. Everything else can stay the same. However, before we click Copy, let's make sure we don't have any errors we would be propagating by copying. Close the interface. Select the file by clicking the box on the far left. Click Screen. Screening for errors after the first record is saved will prevent you from duplicating any errors in the file. Your file will then be screened against valid value checks and submission checks. The number of errors will display on the right. It looks like this file has an error. Click on the number of errors to open up an error report. It looks like our issue has to do with the precision of our sounding field. The value must have a precision of 2 decimal places, but our sounding has 3 digits after the decimal. Let's reopen the interface by clicking Edit for our file, and round that value to 40.63 so it only has 2 decimal places. We'll click Save, close the interface, and screen again to make sure the updates solve the error. If you're ever unsure how to solve an error and need help troubleshooting, reach out to your Synectics point of contact. Once it is confirmed that the first record is error-free, reopen the interface by clicking Edit and continue adding records to be included in the file submission. Use the Copy button at the top right-hand corner to copy a row. The next location is CRB-MW-467S. Once we select it, the interval beginning depth, interval ending depth, and observing measuring point elevation will automatically populate for this location, provided the data is approved in FUDSChem already. The logging company, measuring method, log date, and log time will be the same. This well had a reading for water and a reading for NAPL. We will enter the water reading first and change the liquid type to water. We'll update the static water depth to 25.87, the sounding to 27.34, and the dry well flag to no. Remarks will be NAPL encountered. Click Save. Now let's enter the NAPL information for this well. Once again, we will copy. This time, we will keep monitoring well 467S as our location. We'll change the liquid type. We can either choose L-NAPL, or light non-aqueous phase liquid, or D-NAPL, for dense non-aqueous phase liquid. Since our NAPL reading is at 26.22 feet, and the water reading is above that at 25.87 feet, we can assume this liquid is below the water, meaning it is denser than water. We will choose D-NAPL. Next, populate the static depth field with the depth to D-NAPL, 26.22 feet. Click Save. Again, we will copy the record, then change the location ID to CRB-MW-474S. Update the liquid type back to water. Update the static water depth to 27.34 and the sounding to 40.66. Click Save. We would continue until all data on all pages is entered. Once complete, close the interface. Select the file by clicking the box on the far left. Click Screen and troubleshoot any errors. As a best practice, we recommend renaming your file to make it easy to identify. Consider including the data type, site or event, and time frame. Click Save. Select the file and click Certify. This will send the file into the queue for review. Be sure to alert the reviewer that the file is available for them. For some districts, the reviewer may be someone at the core. For other districts, it may be your Synectics point of contact. For information on how the data is reviewed, please refer to our Environmental Measurements and Groundwater Levels Review tutorial video. This video is linked in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.